That's a saving of 20,000 US dollars. Same house, same location, but just better information. Hey guys, welcome to Asher and Gad channel, making Africa home again, one family at a time. Let me say this clearly. A new house does not mean a good house. I've personally helped buyers avoid catastrophic mistakes on brand new properties here in Ghana. In one real case, a buyer was about to spend about £200,000 on a property in an area called Obosomase, which is, I think, near Ebri, right? But after a proper inspection using our checklist, the final price dropped to about 180,000 US dollars. That's a saving of 20,000 US dollars. Same house, same location, but just better information. The buyer was far more informed. Okay, if you're buying a new build, okay, and you don't know what to check, this video could literally save you tens of thousands of US dollars. So what's the biggest misconception in real estate? And you know, I speak to clients all the time, and there are still many people who believe that defects only exist in an old home or an old house, or lots of defects, if you like. But the reality is, new homes can often hide more problems because everything looks nice and clean and painted and untouched, right? Okay, you know, but the tiles hide drainage errors, you know, ceilings hide poor workmanship, landscaping hides mistakes that will cost you later if you don't see it in the beginning. You know, I remember, for those of you guys who are long-term subscribers, you know, when we first moved to Ghana around May 2021, our house wasn't ready. Even though the builder gave us a 6-month deadline, it took about a year. So we spent the first year renting in the Mensa Park, which is a lovely place, you know, quite serene, quite beautiful. But the house that we were renting in, you know, there were areas in one of the bedrooms upstairs where you'd walk and it was as if the ground was shaking, it was creaking all over the place, and it had a nasty smell coming out of the bathroom, right? And you know, clearly there was something going on wrong there. You know, there's something wrong with the structure, and also the nasty smells were, you know, sewer smells, which were quite uncomfortable. And obviously, being the fact that we were just renting, we just had to manage it. Yeah, but imagine if we were buying that home. If we were buying that home, we would definitely not be buying it for the price they had on the market then. We'd have negotiated it down because we knew that there were problems with it. Okay, and that's what it's all about. Now, some of these developers, you know, not all of them, you know, some of the developers, they're building very fast, repetitively, and building for profit. Yeah, so in some instances, again, not all, in some instances, you know, corners are cut for profit. You know, it happens. Most buyers will miss these problems, okay? Because most buyers focus on the finishing, you know, the tiling, the kitchen, the wardrobes, the lighting. Whereas engineers focus on the functionality of the installation and the safety of the installation. You know, what's the rainwater drainage like? You know, is it at a fall? You know, or is the water going to be stagnant up there? Is that going to breed more mosquitoes? What's the ventilation like? What's the odor control like in the plumbing systems? The floor, are there any floor vibrations? What's the electrical installation like? Is the electrical safety correct? You know, is the earthing systems correct? Is there an RCD? Is it correct to the right regulations? This is what an engineer looks for. Okay. Now, these are the things that can fail months later when the developer is no longer picking your calls and you have already paid the price. Let's touch on plumbing and drainage. If there is one system that you must get right before purchase, it is plumbing and drainage. Okay, why? Because once the floors are tiled and the landscaping is done, fixing drainage defects becomes extremely expensive. And if you haven't watched my last video, just click up here and watch it. I talk about the sewer smells. It's embarrassing. It's horrible. It has health risk. You know, you want to avoid that at all costs, especially if you are buying a new build and you don't know what went into the plumbing during the installation or during the construction. P-traps, the simple detail that prevents sewer smells. Every sink, shower, Washing machine. Any water using appliance, yeah, should have a P-trap, and that P-trap uses the water as a seal to block the sewer gases from entering your home. Right? When that water dries out, especially in hot climates like Ghana, it even happens in the UK, but especially in hotter climates like Ghana, right? The sewer smells enter the house immediately. The rooms that are rarely used, like the guest bathrooms, are the biggest risk because the water within the P-trap evaporates. Okay. There's something called P-trap primers. I talked about that in our previous video. Right? It's a small device that automatically refills the P-trap whenever the water using appliances in the bathroom are switched on, like a toilet is flushed or a tap is turned on. That P-trap primer drops a little bit of water into the P-trap to make sure that the water doesn't dry out. If you always have water in your P-trap, the water seal isn't broken, and that prevents the bad sewer smells from coming into the house. If a new house hasn't got a P-trap primer, hasn't got P-traps at all or provisions for them, then that is a serious problem. A negotiating tool for you, right? If the seller knows that you know what you're talking about, then that's great, because that's a bargaining tool to reduce the cost. Because guaranteed, without P-traps, you are going to experience the smells in the future if you buy that house and do nothing about it. There's some other common new build mistakes that I see all the time here in Ghana. The AC condensate connected directly into the soil pipes. When I say soil pipes, I mean the waste pipes that go towards the soakaway or the septic tank. Okay, that's a no-no. Missing or blocked vent stacks. Most of the time missing. There's supposed to be a ventilation connection that connects to the soil pipes that is on the building or the roof of the building. A lot of times I see that missing. And if you're not venting, then smells are coming into the house. Okay. Lack of ventilation or significant enough ventilation at the septic tank area. Okay. No choke points on the soil pipes that are leading towards the septic tank. Picture or diagram on your screen. Okay. That is key. And those choke points are, for example, and I've seen this as well before, if the pipes leading toward the septic tank, let's say, you have a blockage in the future, the idea behind those choke points, if you like, is that you can remove the covers and you can use a rod to if you like, to try and force whatever solids are in the pipe to go into the septic tank. It's a position of inspection as well as prodding things along. So it's very, very necessary, because if you don't have that, there's no way of accessing the pipes once your landscaping is done. It is a must. I've seen homes without it. No consideration for long-term maintenance. All of these, some are minor issues, some are major issues, but they are negotiation points before you settle on a purchase price. How do I inspect a new build properly? Now, I would say you want to engage the services of an MEP specialist as a minimum to come around and have a look. But if you can't for whatever reason, then a few tips would be, basic really. Check on the electrical system. Check if there's an RCD. If there is no RC in the distribution board or anywhere in the electrical system, then you know that electrical system is not compliant. There is a safety risk, electrocution risk. People have died in Ghana from electrocution. Fact. Okay. It is not negotiable. An RCD is a must in the electrical system. Run every tap in the house. Run it, every fixture. Run both the hot and cold water. If they have hot water in there, demonstrate for yourself that it actually is hot. Flush every toilet. Yeah, smell the drains. Ideally, you go on a hot day. Smell the drains. Look under the sinks. Are there P-traps? Look at the washing machine. Is the washing machine drainage connected in the P-trap form? Look at the picture on your screen. Hopefully that makes sense if you've watched the previous video. Okay. Ask where if the AC condensate water discharges. Ask where it discharges and hear what they say. Okay. Don't say, oh, does it discharge into the rainwater drainage system or the surface water drainage system? And the answer is likely to be yes. Ask them, where does the AC condensated water drain to? And then, see what the answer is and then go from there. Check for the vent pipes. Are there any ventilation extracts on the building or on the roof? What's the ventilation what's the ventilation like at the septic tank area? Are there any signs? Another significant one. Are there any signs of structural problems? Are there any significant cracks? Look at some of the pictures on your screen. These show examples of serious conditions that are festering. Remember, when you're buying a new build, cracks can be hidden by plastering and painting, okay? And then they'll reappear later on. For those of you who live in the West, I'm going to focus on the UK because that's where I've come from. That's what I'm used to. When you're buying a home in the UK, there are various, let's say you're going on a mortgage, there are various surveys that are supposed to take place to protect yourself. There's an EPC survey to understand how energy efficient the building is. There's a home buyers report, and there's a structural survey, and there are various levels of that structural survey that you can instruct. Okay, and that's in the UK, a developed country, because they know, listen, there are rogue builders everywhere, not just in Ghana. Even in the UK, there are rogue builders. So it's necessary, they deem it necessary, before a bank will give you that money to buy your home mortgage, that you do a structural survey, because the house could have been built, in a dodgy way. Are you looking to build your dream home in Ghana, or are you building already? Would you benefit from regular site visits to monitor your building and receive regular progress reports? Well, if that's the case, and that's you, look no further. Asher and Gad Consultancy at your service. We offer the following services: electrical design, construction monitoring inspections, site progress reports, consultation for all items MEP, witnessing of testing and commissioning, periodic snagging, vetting of specialist subcontractors. We also report site activities to you to hopefully help you spend your money efficiently and much, much more. Get in contact for your building needs. Details on the screen. Asher and Gad Consultancy, making Africa home again, one family at a time. Because if a building has subsidence issues or a risk of it, it is very, very, very expensive to correct. You need to start thinking about okay, and that is an expensive process, thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds, or dollars, depending on the extent, the severity of the condition. Okay, so these checks take, let's say a few hours, but can cost you thousands. Sorry, but can save you thousands of dollars. How the checklist becomes your negotiating power. When you after you've done a detailed survey, when you've identified defects, right, before purchase, you have leverage. You can request repairs, okay, or price reductions, or just walk away. Okay, there's many fish in the sea. There's many other properties for you to see. Once you complete the purchase, your leverage is gone, and at that point, the cost is yours. If you don't want to go through, the process of building your own home, and you want to buy a new home, then it is very, very, very necessary for you to conduct these checks, especially on the homes that are marketed as affordable. Okay, nothing wrong with affordable homes, but know that an affordable home, the developer will probably not have put that much into it in the first place. Even the homes that are extremely expensive, okay, some things are likely missed. So this is very, very, very important. Okay, real world negotiation. This is what you need to do. When the surveys are complete, you use your findings to negotiate. Based on the inspection, we've identified several electrical and plumbing defects that present long-term risk and cost. We've received estimates for remedial works. We are willing to proceed, yeah, but the price must reflect these findings. Simple as that. If possible, attend with an MEP specialist as a minimum, because that can help you, especially if you are not within the trade. Your eyes cannot see some of these things because it's not your profession. But worst case scenario, if you're on your own, you need a checklist to tick the boxes. I'll give you some more examples of this same house. We've done this type of new build inspections for a number of clients. There's one we did for a guy at Berakusu. Yeah, nice house, but quite a few issues. This coming back to this other lady. American lady. She wanted to buy this house at Obosumase, and she was told by the developer that the provision for air conditioning was made. Right? She asked us to go and have a look, and guess what? This house is finished, painted, you know, ready, electricity, everything working, but they say provision for air conditioning, but there's no air conditioning switch. You know, there's no pipes for the air conditioning. You know, when you're doing air conditioning, there's a refrigerant pipe and power cables between the indoor unit and the outdoor unit. And there's nothing like that. Okay, it's all the walls are clean and painted. So then, you know, we obviously gave her that survey report. She went back to the developer, and the developer said, yeah. The provision is she had to go back and forth, and once they realized she knew what she was talking about, then they admitted, okay. Provision. What they meant by provision was that there's space in the wall, but you have to chisel the walls, put the refrigerant pipe and the power cables in between the indoor and outdoor unit positions, replaster and repaint. Then you have air conditioning. Well, you know, they didn't really define the word provision. In their mind, the word provision meant space on the wall. But that's not what I see as provision. Okay, so you need to be careful with that. So that was a bargaining tool for her to bring down the cost. Okay, it's not, you know, it can be a significant amount of work and disruptive. So therefore, we were able to help her to bring down the cost. That's key. If you're buying a new build in Ghana or anywhere in the world, this video is for anybody buying a new build property globally. Okay, if you're buying a new build and you don't have a proper inspection checklist, you are gambling with your money, no matter where the new build is. I have made a full new build checklist available. It's only $2.99 and it could save you thousands and thousands before you buy. The link is in the description and pinned in the comments. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a short video. As usual, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button so you'll always be aware when Asher and Gad upload a new and educational video for your viewing pleasure. Okay, so from Gad is Kemesia, and from me guys, Yebeshia. See you next time.